Wow, this is really elaborate.
I mean, I think they can hear us talking over the intro, which is
I think
embarrassing a
we can,
little bit.
yeah, they definitely can. I forgot to put in music.
Who doesn't love an intro where the host is like, "Man, this intro's really cool."
Nice.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Mets Way. It's been a while. The Mets have been dead. We haven't been dead though. We're back. We're still sticking with the team. We're gonna be here in the bad times and the good times. And I'm just be happy to watch the game with you guys tonight. Maybe chat with some other people. How's everybody doing tonight?
No, not too bad. Hopefully we can come back from the 1-0. Even though we were just talking about that bad stat, what were we 7-21 when we go down first? Not looking too good.
I mean, what is looking good at this point besides just like our intro? Like everything else is just like on fire and like burning. There's like bombs going off, and it's just like, ah, we're back.
How are the Rumble ponies doing?
Hopefully good.
I don't think they're doing that well.
I know they had that one pitcher. Was it Mike Vassell, right?
Yeah.
He's doing pretty well. He's definitely got to watch. Other than that, though, I mean, yeah, the whole Rumble Ponies roster from last year is either on the Mets or in Syracuse.
It's so sad to be like, oh yeah, most of the Double-A teams up in the MLB, they still stink, but everything's great here.
Josh, I'm surprised that we haven't seen more, fire from you as of late. Because what is it? The Mets have lost six of their last 14, or six in the last 20 games. They're 6-14.
Yeah. I think I texted this about a week and a half ago. I was like, this is a development year. I've already given up on this season. I'm fully out. I'm just like, let's get Beatty and Vientos and Alvarez playing well because this team's not going anywhere. So, like, I've resigned myself to the fact that this is what it is.
That it is. Thank God Mark Vientos is here, though, even though his first AB wasn't too pretty, but
He'll be all right. Let's see if he can knock one out here.
I mean, Francisco Alvarez took a little bit to get going, and now he's surprisingly been one of our best hitters as of late.
Not even hitting. I mean, defensively, I think he's been
amazing.
Like his arm's been great. He still has he has some issues. I feel like kind of defending balls and kind of moving, like getting his body out in front. But dude, the guy's got a cannon.
He does.
Been a huge bright spot. What did you guys watch last night? What were your thoughts?
Oh, where to start?
I don't know.
Verlander's home debut.
Yeah.
Could not have gone even worse. And like he got booed and he deserved it. That was terrible.
Yeah, he even mentioned it at the in the post game presser. He was telling the media, "Yeah, I deserve that one." Not surprised.
The thing that chats my ass about it is like it's a 3-2 hanging curveball to Christian Bethancourt, wasn't it? In the third inning that he gave the 3-run home run to, or was it?
No, it was Paredes, right?
Paredes. Okay, so at least he was a good player. I could swallow my pride on that. But like a 3-2 hanger with two guys on, it's just like, oh yeah, of course, this is when the home run ball comes, not just a single or a double, it's just a 3-run shot that basically ends the game immediately.
Oh,
that's the really sad part. Like, for you to say it 3-0, when there could be four guys scoring at one point in the game, that the game's over. That's concerning.
Yeah. I feel like the game's over right now in real life, and it's 1-0. Like, I genuinely don't think they'll come back from this. I have no faith.
The ball boy has put in more energy than the whole entire team this whole entire season. They're just right there. He was moving down that line.
We talk about the energy of this team. Like,
Lindor running off the field before there's 3 outs yesterday.
Oh God.
The base running mistakes. Oh.
Well, that's not. I mean, that's also just like on Kirby in general too, and
yeah, just mental errors. It feels like we never lost games last year. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we always
unless we played the Braves
would always beat us. Yeah, and we would always. Yeah, the Braves were just better than us.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like I know what you mean. Like we didn't lose games because of our own our own mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, we capitalized on other teams' mistakes. Now we are the team making mistakes.
Do you guys get like the vibe that this team just doesn't? I don't look. I don't want to say doesn't care because that's probably too harsh and too like unfair to these guys who are putting in a lot of work every single day to like get the best they can out of their careers and everything like that. But no one feels like I don't know. Like I was thinking about this today. Like if you watch Once Upon a Time in Queens, there's that great moment where they're talking about the World Series in Game 6, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not going to be the last fucking out of the World Series." Like all these guys are refusing to quit and just be like, "Hey, maybe it's just personal pride, but I'm not going out like this." With this team, no one feels like they've once been like, "We're not going out like this." Everyone just feels like, "Oh well, we'll play better. We'll figure it out." It's like, well, no, you actually have to do it. You have to have a commitment and a drive to want to be the best out there. And like, no one feels like they have that this year. It feels like, oh, we won 93 games last year. That's awesome. We did it. And now they're just stuck here. Like, it kind of feels like what the Knicks did after they made the playoffs in the first year of Tibbs, where it's just like, well, we did it. We'll be back. And it's like, no, you have to fight for this. And this team doesn't show any fight anytime.
Yep, I think I agree with everything you just said though.
I don't know.
It's like they need something to happen to them. Like maybe like I don't know. I feel like they need like maybe a team meeting or something. Like
I don't think it's reached that like desperate of a point yet.
Dude, did you? It's 6-14 in the last 20 games, and these are like.
I know, and we're playing bad teams. I understand that.
I think it's time for a team meeting or something. Like, I don't want to advocate for like Jason Vargas to come back and threaten Tim Healy again, or like Brody to like slam and break another chair. Like, I don't want any of those things. But I'd love a story to come out of like the Mets are pissed. Because like all we get is like the traditional post game press conference answer of like, we're frustrated, the fans should be frustrated, all that sort of stuff, which is like, yeah, that's what you should be saying. Thank you. But I've never seen an actualization of that like fury or anger outside of Jeff, who's like slamming his bat and breaking things. But no
he
one
does
else
that.
is like,
Jeff does that after every time he
Yeah.
strikes out.
yeah, like it was nice to see Pete today when he hit that double play in the first inning. He like grabbed his like helmet and tossed it on the ground, like got on his knees. He's like, ah, like you could tell he's actually upset about this. But no one else I've really seen like get verbally and like actually all that upset about what's going on.
yeah, someone on this team needs to reach their breaking point and have like a big poppy moment where they like completely destroy the freaking phone. Like light, get tossed. I don't know. Like maybe Pete Alonso needs to get revenge on that first base coach in a couple weeks. Who was it on the Reds that pushed him down? I don't know. Maybe not Pete because I wouldn't want him to get suspended. Maybe like someone less important, but.
Yeah, like Vogelbach. You know, like
Yeah.
you're not doing anything other way, so just like get it done.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know?
Marcana, god damn it.
See, this guy is a problem right now with a $364 million payroll. I don't understand why Mark Canna is getting this long of a leash.
Well, who's going to replace him?
I agree.
Who's going to
Mauricio.
replace him?
McNeil
No,
moved to the outfield.
Mauricio's
I don't
not-
know. Let's shake things up. We need some type of.
We're only 3 games below 500, and it's not. We're like just over a quarter of through the season.
But it's like
I love the
we gotta
optimism.
Do we
gotta
not,
chase
like-
the Braves for the entire season?
We like that's
Chase the
thing,
Braves.
though,
We gotta
like,
chase the Phillies, dude. We're in
Yeah.
like 4th
Okay,
place in the
yeah.
division.
We gotta
And
chase the Marlins.
it-
We gotta chase a lot.
It's
I like
almost
how
like
Jared's
last
like-
year.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's almost like last year at the trade deadline. That was like the start of our decline because we didn't make enough moves then. We didn't make enough moves in the offseason. And now it's starting to bite us in the ass.
100%.
Imagine if that Correa move went through, how even more upset we'd be. Like he's playing terrible.
He
So at
is.
least- so like, you know, obviously Verlander getting hurt right off the bat sucks. Not seeing him for a while. His slow start. You know, the Quintana injury early on too, that hurts the rotation. You know, obviously bringing back Carrasco, that hasn't really panned out either. But it's like, I don't know, sometimes like we had to rebuild the roster, we had to bring in certain guys, and so far it just hasn't panned out yet.
Kodai looking good.
There's no reason to blow everything up though. Like as you're saying, like
I don't.
you know, they brought up Beatty, they brought up Vientos. Mauricio will get his time.
We did
Like,
not.
let's-
I don't think anybody expected I'll admit this. I did not expect to see Alvarez, Vientos, and Brett Beatty all up before May 20th. That is
What
something I did
No.
not expect.
what did we say? What did we say?
I
The
think we said.
over under for
I
Beatty
think we
was
said
like,
June.
yeah, for that one, that was for Beatty. Vientos, I'll tell you what though, I feel like he definitely earned his way up just with the way he's been performing in Triple A.
Yeah, AAA.
I
That is in fact the
got a
name of the
little
league.
nervous. Got a little nervous with that little fly ball out there to right field. Thank
right.
God they switched those patches, by the way, because those
Honestly,
things are so ugly.
I
They
still
look,
think they're pretty ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
was
kind of
thinking.
like them.
I was thinking
I'm not gonna
today
lie.
when we put on the patches. I think that's when shit started to go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Because why can't they make them transparent? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So back to the Brett Beatty thing. We said Brett Beatty gets called up in July, and we all said before. So we
Yeah.
didn't make that. We didn't make that too challenging in hindsight. But
We also had high expectations for the team.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty
Yeah, we kind
sure.
of thought we wouldn't need him, and whoopsie.
Yeah, whoopsie do.
Do we still think that we should still hold this team to the same expectations, like deep
No.
playoff run? Or
No. Come
still
on.
no hope? I'm so nervous. I really don't want it to be like another year of the Mets being the Mets. I
Well,
want
here-
it to actually be consistent.
Well,
You know?
here are our expectations. All of us said they were going to win around 90 games and finish second in the NL East. That was our prediction for them. So, like, do you actually not? I think they could still finish second in the NL East. I think that's possible.
I think they could do second. Second place is definitely doable. Nice little indoor play
Because
there.
we're better than the. I don't know if we're better than the Marlins.
Yeah, so let's.
We are.
Okay, so
we are, but we're not.
No,
I
we're
don't-
not.
I don't
we,
think we
we
are.
cannot say that.
The Marlins are
cannot
kind
say
We
of.
that.
should be. We should be though.
I mean, what do you want to say? We're better on paper. We're better on paper than a lot of teams.
That's what I'm saying. We're better. We're just everybody is playing like shit. Like top through bottom. Like McNeil is like he's got one of the highest batting averages on the team, and it's not even a high batting average for him. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like
you know who has the second highest batting average on the team right now?
who?
It's Lindor at like 230.
Oh,
Ah,
God.
And it's like,
Not great.
and I was looking at the Rays today, and they're like, "Yeah, our number 9 is hitting 230," and it was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. That's super. Just great stuff from the Mets this year."
What was it last night? Gary was saying that the Rays have like the most players in Major League Baseball with 5 home runs, or something like that. It was like they had 13
Yeah.
players.
Yeah, they need a spark. Oh, okay, right there. Routine play.
I'm just upset. I'm like, I'm numb, but I'm upset to all of this because I kind of felt this coming. I really did.
I'm just kind of mad that I had like high expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wish I went into the season like we're gonna be okay, mediocre, and I would have had a way better time. But I actually was hoping that we would be great.
Do you think so? Maybe this poor start comes from that pressure because I remember last year, especially when we were doing the show, we were like, "Oh my god, like this team is just like keeps winning. Like when is it all gonna collapse?" And it didn't actually end up
Next year.
and then it didn't actually collapse until the end of the season. But I remember we were like, "Wait, like they're actually gonna win? Like hey, we just won another series." Like it was very. I don't think any of us expected that team to be as good as they were last year, especially winning 100 games. So maybe it's the pressure and expectations that start in this slow start. But then again,
Yeah.
I don't know. These guys are professionals. Like you think they'd be able to handle that, and especially with so many veterans.
The one thing I feel like is not being talked about a lot is the Diaz injury. I feel like it's not even the effectiveness of the on-field,
Because
but just the
Robertson's been
energy,
great.
you know?
Robertson's been so good.
It's just like in the clubhouse, maybe losing him kind of killed a little bit of the energy because he was such a huge part of this team last year. Just his energy, like not only on the field but off the field, it was there. And maybe like
I mean, yeah.
just feeling bad for him,
But
Maybe
if
they
you're
feel low and it's just carrying over.
but if you're gonna get decimated by your energy by a guy getting hurt, not in a regular season thing, and way before the season starts, then you have no business being a contender at all. If that's what it takes to
Yep.
break your spirit, then I don't want to. Like, hey, maybe we'll just play Narco in the bottom of the ninth. I don't care if that's what they need. Sure, but I think the problems extend way past just like they don't hear Narco every night.
Yeah, and it's like they're only going to hear Narco in the eighth of the ninth. Like they're just not playing well through, you know, 1 through like 7 or 8. Like they're just not. I don't see how that would.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna
I
come out and pitch lights out, and we're still gonna be down 5-0. So it doesn't matter.
I really
if,
hope
if Diaz
Alvarez
was
goes
here,
yard.
it'd be like Diaz pitches a scoreless ninth as the Mets lose 8-6 to the Reds again. It's just like, oh, cool, wonderful, thank you. I have two things I want to say about the offense. So like, bear with me. The biggest problem with this offense to me is they're not at all doing what they did last year, which is just like working the count, taking their pitches, waiting and biding their time. I'm looking at Josh Lane's pitch count right now. He's at 61 pitches through 5.5 or 5 1/3. That's ridiculous. Like you can't make a guy swerk or sweat or anything. And the inverse of that is now the pitchers are going right back out there on the mound immediately after because this offense can't start shit. Like Alvarez swinging on the second pitch he sees, out. Like this is what it is so far. Of Vientos swings the first pitch, Alvarez swings the second pitch. Great. So Kodai's going to go back out there after like 3 minutes off. So now his arm's going to be messed up. It's just unsustainable, and it's awful. And the other thing that I don't think anyone's really mentioned so far is that like the Mets are on their fourth hitting coach in 3 years. It was Chili Davis in 2021, and then Hugh Quattlebaum, and then Chavez last year, and now it's Jeremy Barnes this year. And you know, like it's not the worst thing in the world because Barnes is an assistant hitting coach, so it's not like there's a ton of instability or different voices in that regard. But to have that many different people coming in and out sort of thing is not that good. But I don't want to make that as excuses. All the core guys have been here through those guys and have all succeeded. Like Alonso, McNeil, Lindor, Nimmo. They witnessed these changes and they still excelled last year under Davis and now Chavez. And now that Barnes is here, they're just collapsing. So like I don't know if it's a thing of like they're being told to do one thing one year, one thing another year, and then something like that. But like it's just I don't think it's good to have that many different voices going on, even if the organization has really stressed this idea of like a uniform mentality at the plate.
Well, Chavez is still on the team, no? Isn't he didn't he get promoted to bench coach or something?
He's a bench coach, but like he can't just go spend 5 minutes with the player on the bench and talk about that at bat anymore. He's gonna be right by Buck's side talking about like, oh, what do we think about this? Should we challenge that or not? Like he's the first guy with the headset sort of thing. So now you're relying all that information to go to Barnes to sit with the guys and talk about the problems and the issues. And I don't know if that's like an actual thing going on, but no one has talked about that of like how different hitting coaches have been in this building lately.
Yeah, I feel that too. And I feel like also, like you just mentioned, Eric Chavez is going to be working with Buck a lot. I feel like also it's kind of like he probably doesn't want to step on his toes either. You know, he wants to let him gel with the hitters now that he is the hitting coach. And there has been rumors of Chavez potentially taking over this team if Buck does end up going in a year or two, or potentially, I don't even know. I don't want to say he's going to get fired because that's the last thing I want to say. I love Buck Showalter. But I don't know. I'm definitely starting to believe it more. I'm definitely starting to think it's more possible than I did a couple weeks ago. I'll say that. I still don't think it's going to happen, but I definitely think Buck Showalter, it's possible that he could be moved if we continue to
Really?
underperform. It depends how long. I think he has a very long leash.
How long? How long? Okay, so it's May 17th. How long of the season till Jimmy's saying we gotta fire Buck Showalter? Get him out of here. How long
I
of the
love
season?
Buck. I love Buck. I'm giving him at least a month and a half. At least
A month and a half? Whoa! He went.
Dude,
That's
he's
a
not
long
getting fired.
leash.
He's not getting fired this year. Are you crazy?
I don't know. Maybe Joe Girardi last year with the Phillies.
Yeah, but he
Nobody
was there for
expected
like
that.
5-6 years, where it was just like
No,
awful,
Girardi was like
mediocre.
2.5. to be
No,
fair.
he was there longer. No way.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was there.
not
He was there
that
pretty
long.
short. And
Really?
yeah, they.
But here's the difference, right? Bucks won 101 games last year, and he took the
That he
team to the
did.
playoffs and all this sort of stuff, which is really cool. And then he won Manager of the Year. I don't think you could fire him and make him the sacrificial lamb, because the sacrificial lamb, if it's going to be anyone, should be Billy Epler. Like,
Yes.
I agree.
we're talking about, oh man, like all these like, where's the power? That's Epler's call. The waiting to bring up Vientos, that's Epler. Like all these issues, I hated the Verlander signing even when it happened, and I still really do, despite how well he's looked at times. It's just like I
Did
don't
not
think
fall last
Epler
night.
understands what to do here.
I feel you, especially with the trade deadline he had last year. He didn't only mess up on the DH part, but like Drew always alludes to, he didn't get us a bullpen piece, and that was it played a crucial role not having an extra bullpen piece to go along with Edwin Diaz.
I don't know. I thought Ottavino did well.
I mean,
last-
yeah,
what
but-
really doomed us down the stretch was our starting pitching.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what
It was
fucked
just-
us, and
it was
it's
just that
fucking us
decision.
now.
Scherzer, man.
Just that decision.
Can we
Why?
talk about Max for a little bit? Like, what is the one guy we were talking about in the beginning of the year was like he cannot have a bad start.
And he had a bad
Please
start.
go- oh god, yeah, but terrible start. Terrible start. I mean, 5 innings pretty good 5 innings his last start, but I don't know, only 5 innings. Like I'm not sold on Max being an ace this year for us. I feel
Well,
like
there are
he's
5 innings where he gets the Nationals too. It's not like
Yeah.
you go like, oh man, he went out there, he silenced the Dodgers or like the Astros. It was like, yeah, you did what you should. Like, anytime I want to celebrate a player on this team, it feels like, oh, you did what you should have been doing the entire time, and I don't want to give you that like celebration.
Yep, I feel. And do you think Max, at any point, we could see him get back to what he was at? Because he was elite for the Mets during the regular season last year until the end, obviously. Do we think we can get that out of him, any last bit of it this season at all? Or we think Max might be
I
not
hope so, dude.
same?
I really hope so, because like this team's not. I mean, it's this team's not going anywhere if him and Verlander can't get their stuff together. Like there's no other pitcher in our rotation unless they pull off a miraculous trade for Shohei Ohtani, which
No,
if I were Shohei, I wouldn't want to come here.
No.
And who do we have
Um,
to give up for him, though? That's the thing now. It's like, I
Exactly.
don't want to give up Beatty. I don't want to give up Alvarez. I'm still not sold. Like, you know?
Look,
I
honestly,
didn't mean to bring this into a Shohei thing, but sorry, Drew.
No, he's gonna stay over there. To be honest,
I think he's going to the Dodgers.
Juju, you mean just through the season? You just think he's going to stay with the Angels?
even after, I think he's gonna resign.
He's a
Ooh, I
resign?
like that.
I can see it. Why not? I mean,
See what the AL West
Wow.
standings are. I mean,
They're
they're
the
in third.
Angels.
They're in third right now. They're 3 in the last 10. They're 3 for 7.
What we can't judge, so it's okay.
And I feel like the only reason that Cohen is still like keeping on to Billy Epler too is to get Otani. Like,
No, I think the other reason Epler's still here is we've talked about the instability in the coaching staff. There's been a lot of instability in that front office.
yeah,
You
true.
know, Jared Porter to Scott. What's
Oh,
his name?
Jared Porter. That guy was a weirdo. I remember that guy.
Was Jared
Yeah.
Porter the
The one who got fired because
the
he
creepy
did the
one?
really awful things. To the,
Mhm.
Yes,
We had two creepy
Um,
guys. Mickey Callaway was creepy.
Yeah. We didn't find out he was creepy till after he got fired, right?
Yeah, yeah.
and then there was
That
Zach
was-
Scott. Remember, there was Zach Scott, and then Epler took over last season.
We almost
Started
signed
off
Trevor
with the Epler
Bauer.
stuff.
That could have
Yeah.
been a bad
oh
one.
god,
That would have put us over the top.
Yeah, we'd
So,
have
like,
been
I don't-
awesome with Trevor Bauer.
I don't think it's just like, oh, fire fire Epler because like, oh, we just need a new voice. I think it is also like, look, I don't want to hire a new guy who then has to start over because he's gonna want his guys in the front office and everything is get back at zero. So I think the prayer is just like David Stearns come here next season because that's the only thing that makes sense of like everyone works together that way.
That was the
Yeah.
guy who just left the Cubs, right?
The Brewers, yes.
Oh, the Brewers, yeah. And he's like, this year he's still getting paid by the Brewers, but he's not working at all.
Yeah, their guys took up another step for them and moved up to the president of baseball ops.
That's probably such a stressful and fun job.
I don't think it's fun at all. Like, think about all the
depends.
mental anguish you make just like watching the Mets. Now imagine running them.
It's probably fun if you're like Brian Cashman.
No,
Is it fun if you're Brian Cashman every single time he, breathes, some Yankee fan is yelling at him. Like it's
True, but at the end of the day, like he's never in jeopardy of losing that job.
Well, Cashman could have taken a poop without getting criticized by the Yankees fans.
That's what I'm saying. Like he,
They'd be like, "Oh, it's not round enough." It's like, well, what? Like, can you just leave the man alone for a little minute?
it's not round enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Not healthy.
I don't
too
know how Brian
soft.
Cashman's poop looks. I don't want to know either, for that matter. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The Yankees, though, they're actually doing well. We need to get out of this jam. Second needs to do it again, and then we need to get the bats going.
Ooh, well,
Someone get
ooh, well.
tossed. Like at
Buck
this rate,
Showalter. Hey, Buck Showalter got ejected for the first time all year.
Yep.
It
all
doesn't
times
matter
met.
though.
Buck getting ejected is nothing. I feel like we need
Oh, there goes Kodai. I think he's done.
yeah, he is. Oh wait, no, they're just sending Hefner out there.
He should be done. What are we doing?
96 pitches.
96 pitches. He just walked someone. It's the heart of their order. Why are you putting him out there for another couple? Ugh.
Let him get out of it, man.
Look,
let Paredes
it
hit a
doesn't
3-run
matter.
home run.
It doesn't matter. The game's over. Like again, the game's over. It doesn't matter. He can give a 4-run home run next bat. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's just like it's bad process. I think to like let a guy struggle out there at 96 pitches deep and go like, all right, keep going. Just you'll figure it out.
They
Dude,
need,
This guy Paredes is on a freaking tear. Oh, Jeff Brigham.
I think that's honestly
That's
why
who we
they're just
wanna
keeping
see.
him in, because Kodai is just our best option. But then again, 96 pitches and he just threw a walk, like Josh said. Like why?
I hate this team this year.
The game is over. Yeah, he's right.
Thank
I'm with you, Josh.
He hasn't even thrown a pit. Like,
you.
He's gonna hit a single up the middle. He's gonna score. It's gonna be 2-0. We're
It'll
gonna
be
strike out.
2-0. We're fine.
We don't
Jared,
have any.
we can't score 2
Yeah,
runs.
we don't have any bats.
Yes. Hey, it takes one swing, man.
We haven't gotten that swing in weeks. Like I don't know what to tell you, bud.
We got 2 of those swings last night. We got 3 of those
And
swings.
when the game was over, again, like I'm so sick of this whole like I look at the box score some mornings. It's like, oh, that was like a close game. Oh, they did that when the game.
You are
was
right.
over.
It
Nothing
was
mattered.
it was garbage home runs. You're right.
As a Celtics fan, this really reminds me of 2019 when Kyrie's last year, when the whole team was like, yeah, no, we're kind of sleepwalking away through the regular season, but like, trust us, we'll figure this out.
Oh,
Like, we're the best.
come on, Pete. Make a play, Pete. There we go. Yo, if Kodai gets out of this jam, will one of you say that we can win this game?
We could
No,
die. Yeah.
Besides,
the
besides
problem is not
James, I
Kodai.
just really want Josh or Drew to say it.
The problem is not Kodai. Kodai could pitch like the next 3 innings perfectly,
Yeah.
and I don't trust his offense to make anything happen.
Who do
A
you guys think
single
is
run?
who do you think is more to blame for how bad this team is? Starting pitching or the offense?
Offense.
Probably starting pitching.
Josh, why'd you say offense?
Because
Just
it goes back
what
to
you
what
said,
we're talking
because
about.
what you said earlier about the
Yeah,
at-bats.
like there's no time for the pitcher to like go back and talk with Hefner about like what adjustments do I have to make, everything else when like you're going back out there the literal next minute because this offense can't sustain anything. And like, yes, it really sucks when the pitcher's the first inning of a run and it's like, oh shit, what do we do now? But how do you think a pitcher feels when he has that happen and the offense does nothing but ground out 3 straight times after that? It must be even more deflating to be like, oh, like I could pitch perfectly, but it doesn't matter because nothing's going to change. This offense doesn't do anything. And it'd be one thing if I could be like, well, Jeff's having a better year than people realize and everything like that. But everyone just sucks. And when your offense can't score anything, nothing matters.
Have you left the Jeff McNeil fan club?
No, I'm still the president. Like, we're still accepting invitations. It's just like,
It's a one-man
even
club.
Jeff's having a bad year. Like, everyone is having a career worst year so far in terms of, like, their pure average stuff.
Is Pete?
I mean, Pete's
Yeah.
hit 230.
Yeah. His last couple weeks, he hasn't been the
It's
same.
been god awful. Everyone's been god awful.
Yeah, Brandon Nimmo is the only 300 hitter we have right now.
Yeah, Nimmo is the only one who's actually.
He's
Playing-
0 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, that is.
Let's go,
But then
Kodai.
again, I love what Nimmo's been about. Do you guys think maybe we move him down, not down, but like 2 or 3 in the lineup maybe, since he's the only one that's been producing? Maybe put Jeff in the leadoff
he's
spot
gotta
or
be the leadoff
something.
guy.
Yeah, you think just with all the on base?
Come on, Kodai. Oh, just missed. What'd you guys think of Jerry Blevins and Steve Gelbs in the booth the other week for that Red
That was
series?
fun.
I like Gelbs. I love Blevins. I really actually love Gelbs, but Gary Cohen's my guy though. So
Of course, but like it is kind of you maybe Gelbs is next in line. I mean, I feel like Gary's not going to retire anytime soon. No.
no,
No.
he's definitely not retiring. He could if he leaves SNY, I feel like he would get a big paycheck somewhere else. He's one of the best in the game. Doesn't he do Islanders? Let's go. He's hyped. If they don't score this inning,
Content. Ah!
if they don't score this inning off that strikeout though, like if I was Kodai, I would just start throwing my glove.
This is what I mean, though.
At
He
everybody.
can pitch perfectly. He can get out of jams like that, but it doesn't matter.
Dude, that had
can't
me
put
juiced up. That strikeout had me juiced up. Dude,
You
this
guys
is
are such suckers. You guys are such suckers.
We need to win this game now because like you can't have Kodai Senga put together this type of performance.
so we did
and
all
just-
of Jacob DeGrom's career.
That
Yeah,
we did.
what are you
That we
talking
did.
about?
But there's
This
no
is what
more.
we
There's
do.
No more
This is
DeGrom.
Mets baseball.
No more DeGrom.
The duality of man that I just saw to that strikeout was Jimmy and Jared reacting like, yeah! Drew just stone-faced and me just laughing at the two of you for being excited. Like, because, I mean, Drew and I are dead. Like we're just dead to everything. It just doesn't matter anymore. Like, let's just bomb it all. Like, I don't know. This is going nowhere.
It's so
See-
sad that it hasn't even been 2 months of baseball yet.
No, and I'm already broken.
And you're already like
I'm just
Already
kind of
broke.
numb to it because I was literally on my knees begging and praying that we could get some power bats at the trade deadline and some more pitching, and it's just what we need now.
I mean,
And
it
we
was
don't
Tyler
have it.
Naquin, Darren Ruff, Daniel Vogelbach,
Oh,
and it was like, we did it! No, you did actually nothing. You've
And I feel like Billy Epler's not even going to try to shoot for a DH to trade for because if he tries to trade for like an actual DH, then that means, are we going to try to get Ohtani because Ohtani is a DH?
I'm
And
ready if
that's
the
what they
Mets
have their
decide to
eyes
sell.
set on. Like, why? I feel like they're just trying to wait for
But
next year sometimes. But it's like, why sign Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer to $40 million contracts when they have like what 1 or 2 good years left each, possibly not even Scherzer. If you're not going to go all out this year, I'm not saying trade the whole farm, but can
like,
we
what are
at
we gonna
least-
do? Sorry.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking like we have 4 legit prospects. I think Alvarez is untouchable and Brett Beatty is untouchable, but Vientos and Mauricio, I mean, if we can get an actual impact bat for one of those guys, why not?
Can I ask a question though, Drew? I want to get to what you were about to say real quick, but like, is it even worth trading either of those guys for this team?
what for Shohei?
No, if just anyone, like, was it worth trading Mauricio and Vientos for
I'd-
almost anyone? Because this team isn't going anywhere.
I'd rather answer that question about Mauricio once I see him play at the big league level.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Vientos, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't too high on him. I've heard things about. I've talked about heard things about his work ethic at a certain point in the minors, and he had to like really kind of get beat up a bit to change some habits and be able to like stay at the facility after hours and get there before practice and whatnot. I mean, also like defensively, there's nothing he can do. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we have Brett Beatty now, too, who's just as young, just as good as him. I'm not going to say just as good, but I mean,
Brett
Beatty's
Beatty's a menace, dude. That kid's gonna be a stud. He already
He
is. Why are you laughing? You like
Brett
you're
Beatty
not.
is next. He is now. He is now.
I'm only laughing because like he just came out of a slump. Like, I don't know. Like, we just all pump the brakes and like everyone's going to be great or everyone's going to be terrible. Like, I've given up on this team, but the players themselves, like I've given up on this team, but the players themselves, I'm like a little like in between on. Like, I think Beatty will be good, but I don't know for sure. I don't know if I'm going to call him a menace. I think Alvarez will be fine, but I don't know. He could be bad. Like, prospects are all over the place. Ahmed Rosario was the number one prospect in baseball at one point. Like,
Oh,
these
yeah, he
things just
was.
kind of happen.
Ahmed
That
had a
is
good year
true.
last year.
Yeah, and
He
then what
did.
happened?
Yeah.
Him and Andres Jimenez.
I miss
Andres
Jimenez. Like,
Jimenez.
I think he's still
Not gonna
playing. I think Andres is still having a good year.
He
no,
was
he's not.
struggling to
He's-
start the year.
Oh, he's struggling. I saw something about him the other day.
Wow, McNeil got robbed. It's crazy how McNeil's having a down year, hitting over 270. Most guys hit 270. That's a career year for them.
Dude, I
I don't
hate
know
this.
about
I
that.
hate this Siri
Not a
guy.
career year, but like if Conforto hits 270, people would be like, "Oh, Conforto, good year."
This team's so bad.
Guys, remember that West Coast? Remember that West Coast road trip? We went 7-3.
Yo, that West Coast
Seems like a
trip.
lifetime ago.
Yeah, I thought after that West Coast trip, I thought we were like a top 5 team in baseball, and maybe that's why we suck because I thought we were a top 5 team in baseball, and now we are a bottom 5 team in baseball the past couple games.
You're right. It is your fault, Jimmy.
It is. I jinxed them.
That was-
Oh, Lindor, wear that. We need a base runner, dude.
Why? So that Pete can hit a double play ball the next, like.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good point. Never mind. Don't wear that.
No one,
That would have been right in the meat of the leg. Oh, there we go. All right, yeah. I thought that was much better.
Yeah.
I thought that was
There you
going
go.
over right fielder's head.
That's
Here
fine.
comes that,
We'll
here comes
take
that
it.
double play.
We got your base runner, dude. And you didn't have to get hit. There you go.
This is hilarious to listen to.
Also, Lindor, I mean, that's what, his like third single of the year? Like he's really only hit for power or hit doubles, and
Yeah.
everything else he's been striking out low in the strike zone. So,
I
like-
don't know why he's trying to like reinvent the wheel for himself.
Hey, here comes that one swing I've been telling you guys about.
Uh huh.
Could happen right here. You
And
never
then Jeff
know.
Brigham's gonna go up a 3-run home run next inning. Like that's the other thing. I don't feel safe at any point. Like the bullpen really stinks. Besides Ottavino, who's even he's been like man.
What about Ottavino? Ottavino has
Robertson's
been,
been terrific. Robertson is a guy that if this season really goes in the toilet, sell him at the deadline, get some solid pieces back from the prospect system. Like at that point, but Robertson's been awesome. Like he's one of the best players on the team right now. But other than that, who are you confident in this bullpen? Drew Smith? I don't feel great about that.
I don't feel great about Drew, but I feel a lot better about him than I did last year. If that makes
yeah, 'cause-
sense.
I have to,
Not just
Drew
because-
Smith is like Fletch to me. Like let's not stop trying to make Drew Smith happen. Like come on.
What, dude? That
Pete, what are you
that high
saying?
heat he throws, that like vertical, that fastball with that vertical rise, like some nasty stuff, man.
Yeah, but
He's been getting guys out with it. I mean, like he just looks more confident.
there's a
and-
double play, guys.
I thought
Oh,
it
just the
was.
one. Sorry, my bad.
We need a base knock right here, desperately.
Still got
Danny Burgers.
that. What? What?
You ever seen that guy? The Danny
He's like-
Burgers guy?
Danny Burgers.
What is that?
Talking around the bases.
Is that a Daniel Vogelback reference?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, Buck just gave him $50 to go to Shake Shack.
I had Shake Shack the other day.
Bro, it's so good. So good. Not worth the wait on the City Field line for 9 innings, but
No,
it's good in the regular Shake Shack.
so good.
I've never understood like that line at Shake Shack at City Field. It's
Yeah.
absolutely wild.
I mean, I would
I
love to
waited
have
it.
I would love to have a milkshake at a baseball game and eat a delicious smash burger. You know?
Yeah, it
I'd love
just
to have
takes.
fun at a baseball game.
Now it takes like you can't at the Mets game anymore. You could play the wiffle ball, you could play video games, you could get a sweatshirt from the team shop, maybe even go get one of those new donut unhealthy chicken things.
Ooh.
It's probably so good though. And then, ninth inning rolls around and the Mets are losing and it's time to go home and you're upset.
You want to hear about the jersey I just got?
Which one? Who?
So I remember I told you guys I was gonna get an R.A. Dickey jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So Fnatic screwed me and said like, "Oh, we actually can't do your order." So I've kind of just I got my money back and just been kind of sitting on it, thinking about what I'd want because I wasn't fully committed to the Dickey thing. I just thought it was funny because Dickey and he won a Cy Young with the Mets, but
I know who it's going to be.
yeah, take your guesses. Who do you think I got?
Bryce Montes de Oca. Let's go.
No, it's I'll give you a hint. It's not a current player on the Mets.
Okay. Is it Pedro?
I already have a Pedro jersey.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I got no more guesses. I'm watching the Celtics probably lose, so it's cool. Everything's great. Everything's great in Josh Land. Like, everything's just, oh, God.
Jimmy, Drew, any guesses?
I don't know what jerseys you have.
I only have a Pedro Martinez one. That's it.
I do.
It is another pitcher. It's
Oh,
another
I
hint.
was gonna say Andy Chavez.
Is it Bart?
No, that would have been a good one though.
I
Fuck.
know.
I didn't think of that. You're thinking about the right era though. Right era of Mets.
Okay. Ooh. It's not going to be Harvey. You wouldn't buy a Harvey jersey. You're better than that.
It was a Matt Harvey jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yo, that's a
you're not
fire.
better
That's a
than
good.
that.
That's a good. That,
It's
I
a
like
good
that.
jersey, man.
That is a great
I
jersey.
bought it.
He pitched in a World Series.
Because you're retired.
He retired. I was like, that's the jersey I want, man. Then I rewatched because I saw him play in a playoff game. My grandpa's first name is Harvey. It was perfect. I was like, let's do it. He gave me a great memory, and I'll think about that memory every single time I wear the Matt Harvey jersey. And you know what? Watching him in the WBC, that was really fun. He pitched really well. And you know what? Drug addiction, injuries, like it kind of messed up his career. So, I thought it was a good
know what?
jersey.
I always said you're better than that, and only to find out you weren't. Because, like, I don't know, Matt Harvey, the way his Mets tenure ended was so, like,
It was shitty.
bad. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, like, it put a really bad taste in my mouth, and I thought maybe you'd reward, like, Baby Bart with, like, a jersey purchase and not Matt Harvey. But it's okay.
No, Bartolo, I didn't even. I should have consulted you guys before. I kind of wanted it to be a surprise, but Bartolo would have been a really good one.
Maybe I'll get a Bart jersey.
Oh,
Bartolo's
Vogelbach
jersey would be good.
strikes out looking.
I would really like a
Wow.
Harvey jersey
Plenty
though.
of time.
I would get a Vogelback jersey and probably just
Right,
throw it in
perfect pitch.
garbage.
In the zone, outer half, swing at anything. Nah, I'm good, says Daniel Vogelback. I like to think I'm an OBP monster. You're not anything, bud.
He kind of is an OBP monster.
Cool.
But if he was, he would have fought that off, at least fouled it, and stayed alive at the at bat. Waited for a ball pit.
But this team doesn't need an OBP monster. It needs a slugger or a clobber or someone to actually try and care and put a lot of effort or juice into a ball. And he just hits like limp singles, and it's like, yes, Vogelbach. It's like awesome.
And he also-
they gave him
you ever
Colin
kn-
Holdeman for him.
He never like fully swings. He's always just like
No,
Just chopping at it.
Yep.
so weird.
he's a Jedi. Like
He's a
awesome.
power hitter that can't hit for power.
No, he's just not a power hitter.
So
He
here's
looks-
my
he looks
question for
like
you
one.
guys. So, what are we trying to build towards? Because we keep bringing up the Otani, and from what I understand, Otani does not care about money. I mean, we know. Do you guys know what happened with him leaving Japan?
No.
Vaguely.
What
He
are they-
left like $200 million on the table
Wow.
because he wanted to come to the MLB early. He was going to be like the highest paid Japanese player. I think if I have those numbers right, something about being posted early or something like that. So obviously he doesn't care about money. He just really wants to play baseball and have fun, which he's doing right now. And I don't know how much he cares about winning, but if he keeps playing like the best player ever, it's not really going to matter. And I can't see why he would change the situation for something that he doesn't care about. So with all that being said, if we're trying to build a team for a guy that doesn't want to come, we're doing something absolutely wrong.
We're just losing.
We're building towards a World Series. That's it, and you got to get whatever players you got to do to get there.
See, but we're not
Otani though
even in
is
the
gonna,
wrong
he's
street
got to
right
be
now. We're in the
$600
wrong fucking
million
country.
player though. He really bet on himself, I feel like, Otani.
Josh, what did you say?
I said if we're building to the championship, we're not even on the right street. We're in the wrong fucking country.
Oh, yeah. We got on the wrong bus, and we are like, wait, where are we? Airport?
It's a
Why are
good
we getting on a
question, Drew
plane?
asked, though. Um,
Because we don't have. It
I-
doesn't seem like we have any structure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's no.
Like,
we
what's
don't, we
the
don't have a
vision?
strength.
yeah.
We don't have a strength.
What did we say in the beginning of the year? Our strength was.
Pitching.
No, whoops. Where'd that go? I would say this. I think the Mets. I'm gonna say it. They fucked up. If no one, if ever could believe it, it's crazy. But this team was founded on the idea when Cohen took over of like, we'll spend now and we'll build the farm system to come. But by spending, they're giving up really good draft picks that they otherwise could have had. The Verlander pick is going to be a really high pick that they just gave up for nothing. The payroll stuff, I know Jimmy and I have talked about this, debated about it a lot. You keep going with this payroll all the time, your picks can get
High
back 10
expectations.
spots, and then other spots, and then a whole round. So how are you going to build the minus that way? If you're always trying to get 10, you're never going to sell, so you'll never get prospects that way. This team needs to build up its infrastructure because, like, if we want to talk about East Coast Dodgers, which is what we've talked about since Steve Cohen bought the team, the Dodgers didn't just go and sign everyone immediately. They took the time, they waited, they built up the system, so now they can withstand injuries and whatever else happens to them. They can let a guy like Will Smith probably leave and just have a top catching prospect. It's not ever going to be that easy for the Mets because they've just chose not to do that. They went about this the whole long way of going to after a championship first and foremost instead of like biding their time and waiting.
I agree. And now that I'm like looking at it from like a backwards point of view, like, we jumped the gun, I feel like. We have a $364 million payroll that you spend that much money, you cannot go 20-23 your first 63 games. It's just
Well, 43, We're not math
well,
majors,
43,
it's okay.
43, yeah, 43.
I'm not trying to critique. I'm just
2 plus 2 is 6.
I gotta go back to school.
But like, are you saying it was a bad thing that the team won 100 games last year?
No,
I don't
but
know
it's
about
just like the way we built it up, I feel like, and we tried to, when you look at it, like the way we fell apart last year and the guys who we replaced, like Bassett, we replaced with Senga, which I like. I do like Senga, I'm not going to lie. But DeGrom, all right, you bring in Verlander. And he barely pitched so far, got lit up the other day. Scherzer's declining. It's not pretty.
Agreed. We don't historically. How many pitching prospects have we had that have come through our farm system and been great for us?
Matt Harvey, Jacob DeGrom,
One.
yeah, but
Tom
those are the last
Seaver.
ones, and those are now almost a decade ago.
Jared
So-
Kuzman.
My point in that being, we're not building our farm for pitching prospects. We're going out and buying these top pitchers on the market. And what happens when they have a Scherzer start like he did in the playoffs? Or what happens when Verlander gets injured and we have nothing to fall back on because we have no farm? So we're essentially shooting ourselves in both feet because now we don't have those pitching prospects. And now we have no payroll money. We have, all that stuff.
Like, there's a reason Jose Buto has made 2 starts for this team this year. It's because they'd never bothered to actually build up any depth. And that's what always concerned me about this team is that they're relying on 2 40-year-olds, basically, to carry them. And just historically, that never works out for anyone. And, like, when I think about the payroll, it reminds me of, like, the Jurassic Park quote of, like, just because your scientists could doesn't mean they should. Just because Steve Cohen was willing to spend whatever he wanted doesn't mean that Billy Epler should have spent every single last dollar. It means sometimes you have to wait your time and bide your time and spend your money on the right guys instead of going like, oh, we lost DeGrom. How do we replace his production 99% of the time? Or what is the most likely way to replace his production? Oh, it's Verlander, so we'll just sign to whatever he wants. Negating the fact he's 40. He's just came off a season where he had an injury already. And things only get worse over time. And you signed a 3-year deal.
Could have got Seth Lugo for a lot cheaper.
That's what I was saying, Jimmy. But you told me Justin Verlander is the rated Cy Young winner. I will remember this to the day I die. You just kept going on about how good he was the year before.
I was saying it because I'm just a fan of the Mets, and I just wanted to support the Mets, and now I'm sad that we don't have.
I'm a fan of smart decisions, and the Mets have made like exactly none as of late.
Well, it was funny.
They're
We did that.
spending like a drunken sailor.
We did that show. It was we were pitching for pitchers, and it was Rodon, DeGrom, and Verlander.
It's Senga. No,
Oh,
Senga.
That's the
Why
game.
does he look shocked? You left it right over the plate. Like he's like,
That's ball game, folks.
I hate Jose Siri.
oh,
This guy's
Kodai
such a tool
Senga
bag.
pitched
Damn,
his
Brigham
heart
struck out the last
tonight.
two. Also, that's so tragic.
Or just predictable that Jeff
Can he
Brigham is your
wipe
guy.
that look
It's
off
over.
his face?
It's over.
Why are you so shocked?
That's what I'm
over.
saying. Like, why does he have to just put a straight face on, dude? Just put a straight face on.
Belt high.
Siri straight out of the Apple store. Just
My point in all that was, I don't care if, say we had a year like last year, great year. Unfortunately, didn't get too far in the playoffs, but I don't care if this year was going to be a developmental year, but let's make it a developmental year. Let's not go out and spend all this payroll money and be mediocre. Let's develop our farm system and let's be mediocre for a few years so that we
Yes.
can be great down the line.
Steve
like-
Cohen's wanting to win. I don't want to call it a bad thing because I honestly, baseball could use more owners that have it, but it maybe accelerated things more than it should have.
I mean, it's not like he's going anywhere, too.
No,
Like,
and it's
I
not
think of-
Cohen's fault.
No, and I think about that sometimes. Like we talk about Steve, kind of in a sense that we talk about like a manager or a GM.
Yeah.
Like there's a time limit for his success. You know what I mean? Like there's no I'm not gonna say it because eventually it's just not gonna happen. If I'm done. Don't want to jinx anything, but I'm just saying like it's.
eventually,
Steve-
though, these guys got to break out of the slump, though. Like everyone's slumping right now.
But
the
at what point will it
same
matter?
time. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
when
just
when we're fourth in the division and it's like July and
And we
it's,
still can't beat the Nationals.
Yeah.
How many more series do we have against the Nationals? One?
Well, we've played them, 7 times?
Yeah, and you play every team?
13.
Okay, so
13
yeah.
times, so probably 2 or 3. I don't know. I never liked what we did last offseason outside of really Senga. It just never really struck the right nerve that they really didn't do enough to like make me feel safe about this team. That they just took the second biggest risk on the risk in the market outside of signing DeGrom. They were just like, yeah, we'll just run it back. We'll be great.
Well, you're
And that
happy
was-
they kept Diaz and Nimmo.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. But like outside of those moves, it just felt like, well, we're just gonna try and run this back, and we just assume that everyone will have really good years again, and Jeff will hit 312, and Pete will hit 40-something home runs, and this, that, and the other. When like baseball is a sport of comes and goes and highs and lows, and the Mets just like thought they were going to be on another high this year, and it's just couldn't be further from the truth.
Well, Josh, let's hear what you said. Baseball's a games of comes and goes and highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
So the Mets are just in their low right now, dude. And we're not
Yeah,
even
but their
2
high
months
wasn't even
into
that
the
high.
season.
Their high wasn't even that high though. Like that's what I'm saying is like their high was like,
We just
oh,
haven't.
good West Coast road trip.
Yeah, that was the best part of the season so far this year.
Yeah,
then
and
you-
ever since then it's been lows.
Yeah, but like, it's not even Memorial Day yet.
oh,
Yeah,
dude,
but-
Alvarez has a cannon. He almost got that guy.
Okay, so like you're saying it's not even Memorial Day yet. Point to me to one thing that I should believe that this is like going to evaporate or something will change.
Say that one more time.
Okay, if it's not Memorial Day yet and you want me to believe the stupid fucking you got to believe, what's the reason I got to believe in this team? Give me 2 things that it's like that's why things will change.
Can't even give you a
Um,
player. Like at least with some teams, you can just like list a player, but
I'll-
the Mets, like Alonso
I mean-
and Lindor. Like, what are Alonso and Lindor gonna do?
Jared, the
Uh,
fact it's taking you this long to think it exactly proves my point of why I'm so nihilistic and like pessimistic about this team.
I mean, I was gonna say Pete Alonso being one of them,
Yeah,
They got
and
9 outs to do something.
they won't. Like I don't know what to tell you guys. They just won't.
They
Oh,
it's actually embarrassing, like especially when Kodai Senga does this. And then last night Justin Verlander gets rocked and like you said, Josh, garbage time touchdowns basically. That's what it was. This team's embarrassing right now.
I'm still proud to be a Mets fan.
Oh, I'm so proud to be a Mets fan,
Well,
but like
wait.
it sucks.
I'm not embarrassed to say I'm
It
a Mets
sucks
fan.
to be a Mets fan.
So proud.
I'm not embarrassed. It just sucks.
You guys are
I mean, not embarrassed because it's like we're real sports fans. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's not like we're plastic. I don't know.
crazy. See, but I can admit I'm never gonna give up, but also admit that this really fucking sucks, and like I'm
Oh, it
incredibly
sucks.
disappointed.
Oh, I'm disappointed too, but like
Okay,
I'm still, I'm gonna try like, for my own sanity. I'm like I believe that this team can get their stuff together. You know.
Why
They
you're
better.
hurting yourself, Jared? You're just hurting yourself, and as your friend, you gotta stop. You just gotta let go.
I can't. It's
I'm
too
with you,
early.
Josh.
It's too early, man. It's too early.
Like
There's
you gotta
still a
watch
little
the
bit of
movie
me.
Thief and just watch the ending of that movie. And go like, that's how I need to treat sports.
Remember
Just
how
watch the house
low-
blow up.
Remember how low that 2015 season got at a certain point?
It did get very low.
Remember how low that got?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, but this team is better than that team.
are
At
they?
least on paper, maybe
That
that
doesn't
pitcher-
matter.
That team,
that
though, that
matters.
team,
It's
that
always
team
on
had
paper.
that team had something
right.
different though. That team had Terry Collins going nuts in the dugout. They had Daniel Murphy, David Wright coming back
Daniel
mid-year with
Murphy-
spinal stenosis. They had like a lot
Dan-
of. They had sparks, Syndergaard. They had DeGrom. They had Harvey coming back that year.
Daniel
This
Murphy
team,
had
they
a
lose
terrible
Diaz.
year.
Not in the playoffs though. He was.
Daniel Murphy had like 7 home runs and 14 RBIs going to the playoffs that year, and just like caught fire in a bottle. And
You know
was-
what? If that's what it takes, if we can just start streaking, I mean, let's get to the playoffs first. But if it's gonna
there's-
be we're mediocre all year, we barely sneak into October, then everyone just starts playing like
Just-
gods. I will be
Don't
so
do
fine
this
with
to
it.
yourself.
But,
Oh my god.
but I just want to see something.
We have to win. We have to win at least like 80 to 90 games to make it to the playoffs, and I don't think this team is capable of doing that.
What do you
Like-
how many games do you think the Mets are going to win this year, Josh?
I don't know.
84.
81. I think they're about like a 500 or under team. Like I don't think they're that good.
They are playing 500 baseball right now. I'll
Like
give you that.
I hate to fucking say Frank the Tank was right, but he had this nailed. Like even
Nice.
during the West Coast road trip, he was like, "This team isn't good," and I laughed at him, and we all laughed, and now we're just rubber faced clowns, all of us.
It is
Put
it is.
that guy in like a box somewhere. Just leave him.
I did read a good column today, and it was like, at what point is this just who they are?
At this point.
Like one of the Mets just like, yeah, they
Like,
are
what was that? Did you just see Starling Marte swinging a pitch like 20
That's
feet out of the
like-
strike zone?
This can't be who they are though. They're $364 million team.
I mean,
Like,
remember that Philadelphia Eagle, a different sport, but that Philadelphia Eagles dream team way back in like 2012.
That's
I
what I was
know,
saying.
but
The
we're not
offseason.
even a
Dream
dream
teams don't
team.
fucking work.
Mark Hanna is not in my dream team though. I'll tell you that.
What happened to Starling Marte? Really?
He got 2 surgeries on his groin. He got surgeries on both his groins this offseason, and he's old. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's.
He's just like
That's
I mean,
Josh Nelson. That was he
Yeah.
didn't have the camera. He
Tommy
was the
Hunter
one
guy.
with the eyes.
Yeah, this is.
Wait, did someone say, who's this guy in the top left?
Yeah, they thought I was a new person. It's understandable.
That made my night.
Hey,
Maybe,
Mark Cannon got hit with the pitch. It's the best thing to happen in like 3 innings.
You know what? Maybe that's what can get a little pissed off. I don't know. Fake it, Milk.
There we
Come
go.
on.
See, Canis get hit by a pitch. We're getting back to last year.
Just pretend it was intentional. Just
No,
pretend
like
it was.
I've seen Pete Alonso snap his bat over his knee for lesser things than what's happened this season, and I'd like
Oh,
to see
yeah.
it again.
He's just because he's
Like-
going through the motions. He probably thinks like the same way me and Jared are thinking right now. Like, we're gonna get out of it. We're gonna get out of it.
Well,
But someone
we're
needs to be
crawling up-
like, this is just not fucking.
Here comes the Vientos bomb.
Oh,
Let's
Oh.
go! Let's go! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! What a
I just-
debut!
Oh,
What a
I said
season
one
debut.
swing,
Season
Josh.
debut.
One swing.
Let's go! Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Pen drop.
Guys,
you know,
Wow.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
That's what we needed. That's a spark that they need.
You guys are so
I'm-
funny.
I'm
Fucking
late.
Turn the season around now.
I'm so late on that. Like,
So,
My-
10-game
no, my
winning
stream is-
streak.
That's it. We're winning the World Series.
it's here.
my stream is delayed. I go, here comes the Vientos bomb.
Oh, that
Can I-
almost did not go out. I thought that
Can I
was.
tell you guys something?
This crowd is loud.
Yeah.
The game's tied. You just tied the game, and you guys like, we're doing it. It's happening. And it's just like, yeah, you need to score another run now to take the lead.
I mean, I'd rather be tied than be down 2-0.
Well, yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, let's pump the brakes on like 10-game winning streak. Let's start getting going. That's what we need. It's like
Well-
this team's had several wake up calls in the past, and none of them have mattered.
Josh, you know, I was saying all that stuff just to rally you up because, you know, I'm a realistic sports fan. I'm just saying that to make you kind of squirm a little bit, you know?
Well, this shows better the angrier I am and the more like upset I feel. So like I don't blame you for doing these things. I'm just like, so I'll just calm down like a home run that barely got out of the park, or it's like the game is tied.
This first
I'm
home
just
run of the
hoping-
year and his
No,
first game of the year, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty hype. Come on.
The
yeah, maybe
one
call
guy
him
that
earlier.
hit it-
Fucking Epler.
Against the best
Hopefully-
team in
Best team
baseball.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, this team, if this is, if
Oh,
they,
by a
they can
lot.
win this game, Mark Vientos, I'm hoping that can like be some type of, I don't know, momentum boost, something.
Yeah, and then Buck
something.
will just bat him 8th again, and it's like cool. So we're gonna have Tommy Pham bat 5th for the 10th
True.
day in a row. Like none of this matters if like Buck doesn't do what he needs to do, which is like give these young guys actual at bats. Don't play Tommy Pham. DH Vientos every day. Play Beatty at third every day. But he's riding with these veterans who don't do anything.
Yeah, that's my one criticism of Buck. He just like really needs
He likes his guys.
yeah. He likes his guys, but he also has very like high standards for rookies, you know?
Yeah. You can't bench Vientos though. Like we need the momentum swing, and that was literally a momentum
Well,
swing.
no, if you bring up top prospects, you need them to play every day. Like, how is she
Yeah.
supposed to get better?
I mean, you guys
That
say
too.
all this, but like Beatty hit a home run last night. He came out of his slump, and then he got benched the next day for fucking Tommy Pham.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
Like-
there was also they had a lefty pitcher.
He can hit lefties.
I know
though.
Beatty can hit lefties. I think we were all a little peeved today that Beatty wasn't in the lineup.
Peeved at everything.
And then like Eduardo Escobar batting second. I love Escobar, and I love the way
Escobar
that he's been
deserves
hitting
to
off
play more.
lefties.
Like, he's
I know
been
I love
really
he's
good
been
at
hitting
it.
off lefties though, but batting second, like you know what I mean?
He got on base though today. Like
That he
that's
did,
more
that he
than
did.
than Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor had the single. More than Nimmo's done today. Like Escobar has shown like an actual ability as of late, at least off the bench, that makes me think he deserves more at bats. And if they're gonna not DH Vientos, or however they want to do this, get Escobar out there. Like do a lineup of Escobar at second, McNeil in left, Beatty at third, Vientos at DH, Pete at first, Starling, Nimmo. Try that. Like something, but I don't think Buck works that way. I think he's too rigid.
Yeah, he's very what's the word I'm looking for?
Old.
Old, yes, old.
Conservative.
Definitely
Yeehaw.
conservative. Yeehaw.
I did like how he moved Marte out of the 2-hole.
Yeah,
Ever
it's been
since he's
4
done that,
weeks.
Marte's kind of shown that he's, around. You know what I mean?
Sorry, just constant undercutting of everything you guys are saying. Which is like, yeah, he moved him after 4 weeks. It's great,
No, I mean, like at least he did it.
Yeah,
He's got Alzheimer's. Oh, jeez.
I don't think that's what Buck's got. I think
Thoughts on the Red Sox? I will say, did you guys see Carl Ravitch?
yeah, that was. Ugh.
That was weird.
Remember when ESPN did the draft in 2020? They were talking about like, yeah, drafted by the Bengals. His mother's a drug addict. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he is a crack baby. Just got drafted
Yeah.
by the NFL.
Let's remind him of the worst thing that ever happened to him in the best moment of his life. It's like ESPN, just calm down, Jesus. Thoughts
I
from the Red Sox though. Competent team right now. Really fun to
AL
watch.
East is just oh my god.
Loaded.
The Red Sox are 23-20 and they're fifth.
Yeah, I like the Red Sox. As someone who lives in New England, they have been really fun to watch this year.
So you're saying you're a Red Sox fan now?
They're
He's
my
going
AL
back.
team. I think
Like you don't
everyone
even
should
have
be
the
able
Mets.
to have an
You don't even
AL and
have,
an L team.
you don't even have the Mets jersey hanging up right now.
I do. Oh well, it's overshadowed by my sweatshirt, but it is there.
Okay.
It's real
Well,
fitting.
I see what you're saying about the AL NL thing, but now
Yeah, I
with
think it's
interleague,
allowed.
but with interleague play now, like I get it when they never played each other.
Yeah, but they're gonna play each other like 4 times, Jared. It's not the end of the world, and I'll
I-
still root for the Mets when they play. I'm just saying, as an AL team and someone that's in this region, I can enjoy the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, no, and yeah, I
Like,
get
look,
that.
Play the Red Sox.
I don't.
But
Yeah, I don't.
Fine.
I'm going to that game in Boston. I'm very excited.
I really hope Otto doesn't.
when is
have,
when is that game in Boston?
It's July 22nd, I believe.
Oh damn it!
Oh wow, it's 12-1 Red Sox. That's why our listener was probably asking about that. Woof.
Wow.
Good for them. Good for them. Yoshida's been terrific.
They're beating up the
Cassis
Braves.
is coming around. No, they're playing the Mariners.
Oh, Mariners also a good team.
No, I just looked up Ottavino 3-1 count.
What did you guys
See,
think of
that's what I'm
those?
saying. You know what those teams'
No comment.
payrolls are?
Well, the Sox are paying a pretty penny, but yes,
You know
I
what? I
understand.
thought the
Adam.
Red Sox were going to be the worst team in baseball by a long shot, and they're not.
Is he pulling out Otto right now? No, right?
No, he's talking to him.
I was about to say, what the hell is Buck doing?
I hope he's saying like, "Hey, you realize we need to win this game." Like,
Yeah, so
the Mets Way
please.
podcast just overreacted to a home run that tied the game. Like, we need the
If we
W
lose,
here.
if we lose, I'm getting fired. So please.
This is Alvarez's second game catching Kodai, right?
Yes, I think it is.
Just working
Yeah.
out pretty well.
And
Does
I
anyone-
think,
Sorry, go.
oh, it was his start with Kodai before, the one where he threw.
Yeah, he gave up 4.
Yeah. So bounce back. Nice little bounce back.
Come on, Adam. I'm gonna call you by your first name because I know you personally. We're on a first name basis.
A double play ball would be very nice right now.
What is that yellow bolt thing on the Rays uniform?
It's like a star. It's like it's a thing. I don't know. It's
Like,
race
shouldn't it just
things,
be like a ray? Like a stingray or something? Like that's kind of lame. It looks like looks like the animation that should happen when you like hit a home run. You know what I mean?
It looks like the emoji, like the lightning emoji.
I don't get it. Such a weird
I
team.
don't know.
So good though.
I kind of
wait.
wish I were them.
Oh, that was a gun. Oh. Missed the tag.
All of his throws are on target.
Yeah, that was a
Even
like a
yesterday.
line drive. I want to know what that was on the gun.
Joey Gallo
Alright,
hit a
well.
home run tonight.
We should have signed Joey Gallo. That's not even me joking. Like,
No,
hindsight's 20.
that man can never play in New York again.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to even come near, you know. Like that man was so disheveled.
It's not for everyone.
Ooh.
Just challenge it.
I
Buck,
think he
please.
got him. He got him right in the butt.
Challenge it.
Oh, that's close.
He tagged him right in the butt.
He tagged his Tucci. Or his what
His
is it?
Stanley
His Tushy.
Tucci. Yeah, it's Tushy.
Tushy.
Right on the left butt cheek. Ba-boom.
Yeah, he's out. I think he's out.
I
You know-
say after this inning we get out of here, but
Oh no,
Props to
it's the top of
Lindor.
the eighth. Why don't we just go to the end of the game?
I just think this is going to be a lot of pain, and you're not going to want to hear me.
I kind of do.
I'll
No.
stay in. But
I'll stay as long as I can manage.
the one thing I'll say on that tag
You're
though,
gonna
by
you're
Lindor,
gonna force quit. You're
A lot
gonna
of
rage
Yeah, I
people-
might just rage quit. I'm going to rage quit the show.
a lot of shortstops would go to tag the leg there, not the butt. Lindor
Well,
wasn't
maybe Frank's,
afraid. He was
this
not
was
afraid.
Maybe a tushy man. I don't know.
He watched Finding Nemo last night. He wanted to touch the booty. I think that's what it was. Or the
Wow, what a
butt.
dated
Oh,
reference.
call stands.
Come on. We don't get a break.
Well, sometimes you got to make your own breaks.
Yep, that's maybe not
What
starting
is
off
that?
to count 3-0.
Yeah. It means like maybe don't just score no innings when Kodai Senga pitches the gem for you. Maybe just don't wait till the bottom of the eighth or the top of the eighth.
I guess it was just too close to overcall.
This is so sad. We went to a place last year where we were so confident in this team, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but just like the little switcheroo
Even-
we did there and our faith.
Yeah, even in the second half
It's
last year, we were
disturbing.
still like 20 games above 500. We were still like an elite team. Like even though the Braves were the best team in baseball, we were still a top 5 team. So now we're just like
I'm just more talking about like you guys just like it's 2-2 game top of the eighth. Like we're like let's go, man. Like, it's what we
Yeah,
want.
and a single
It's what we
gives
want,
them-
right?
Well,
We
Yeah,
don't
signal in the run,
we don't want to be
though.
in close games late with a chance to win.
I don't. I'd rather.
I don't want the
winning
run to
than
be
in a
on
blowout.
second though.
Hey,
Oh,
at the end of the day, Joshua wins a
no.
win.
But they're not going to win.
Uh-oh. That's gone. God damn it. That's the game.
So, do I have to say I told you so and then we end the episode? Is that how this goes?
No. Can we overcome another 2-run deficit?
No, it took us 8 innings to just do one. It's
Yeah.
The sad part is I feel like the Mets players feel how we feel now. Like it's over. Like they probably feel like it's over, which is the problem. Because they all can. They like Francisco Lindor can hit. Pete Alonso can hit. Freaking Jeff McNeil can hit. I know these guys. Starlin Marte can hit. I know these guys can hit. Just why can't you hit? Like why can't you hit? I've seen it. I've seen you all do it.
this is like a great
Oh.
night for me.
Uh-oh.
I've
Canada-
seen Otto
Canada's got it.
pitch lights out 8th innings. What was that?
I mean, we're playing the best team in baseball by like a long shot.
This is what we were supposed to be, though.
Yeah.
That we were supposed to be them. And the sad part is the Tampa Bay Rays payroll is like,
The value of Scherzer's contract.
yep. Who's the better owner, Steve Cohen or the Tampa Bay Rays owner?
Who is the Tampa Bay Rays owner?
No, I'm not trying to harp on Steve Cohen. I think Steve Cohen's top 5 owner of baseball, but
It's just a giant orange. That's who owns the Rays. Just a giant Tropicana orange.
it's just crazy.
Are they owned by Tropicana?
Well,
If
the
I'm
fields,
Cohen,
I just-
I'm throwing chairs.
It's Stuart Sternberg.
great guy. Love him.
He's the principal owner. Let's see what he does. American Wall Street investor.
Hold on. I just want to say what an awful owner to be a Wall Street investor and then just make the Rays come out with like a $50 million payroll every year. What a-
Hey, he's actually from Brooklyn. I wouldn't be surprised if he grew
Oh
up a Mets
my-
fan. Yep. His first major league game was at Shea Stadium in 1965
no.
Damn.
when he saw Sandy Koufax pitch.
This is terrible. This game is like actually. I just don't understand how we have so many guys on this roster that are capable of playing like all-stars. And none of them even want to play like semi-pro baseball players.
He almost bought the Mets in 2011.
Imagine.
hit him right in the nuts. Oh,
apparently he still has season
Oh.
tickets.
He's probably selling them now this season.
He's a sleeper agent.
that get him in the nuts.
Many Tampa Bay Rays fans said they hoped he would sell the Rays and buy the Mets, citing the owner's lack of commitment to the area and the on-field product. Yeah, he lives in New York. He lives in
Yeah.
Rye.
See, that's like
So he's
you
probably a
ever
Mets
think about
fan.
that.
He is. No, he has season tickets, or he did.
Are there any players who like grew up as like, say you grew up as a Mets fan and you play on like the Braves? Like, do you think that sucks?
No, that's. I think either
You're
way,
probably
you cut
thrilled.
Yeah.
Like, no, the guy who made that sick catch for the Astros in the World Series last year grew up in Philly and was a diehard Phillies fan.
See
And
that
he stole a World Series from him.
Yeah,
that's kind of
that's
gotta
awesome.
be pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like stealing a World Series. Like if I was that good at baseball, and I was a huge Mets fan. Actually, I don't know.
that'd be really tough though. I don't know.
I'd probably strike out 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to win?
Like obviously you want to win, but then like
Or my family, they would like Thanksgiving dinner would be tough.
yeah,
No, bro, no.
they're rooting for
Because
Nah,
you
man.
just be like, you just do
Yeah.
this, like, hey, that's my
Yeah,
ring.
they'd be like 1986.
I don't even.
1986.
I don't think it's even a
You
thought.
couldn't wait one more year. Like, sorry.
Like if Adam Ottavino on the Red Sox was pitching against the Yankees and he grew up a Yankee fan, I don't think he wants to strike out every single guy. You know,
Yeah,
like that's not even a thought in his head.
Well, I
like
also think,
Saquon.
like,
What's up?
the players you grew up admiring are most likely not going to be the same players. Maybe one or two that you played with, or that you're playing with. So it's like you don't really love them.
Now Adam Ottavino settles in. Jesus Christ.
Like I said, it's always too little too late with this team. So
You know what? That's fair. The 2023 Mets, too little, too late. But it's still early. Still early, Josh.
not really. I mean, like,
Still early this season.
at what point is the record just who you are and not who you could be? Like,
25% in, a quarter of the
we're
way
almost.
in, right?
I think we're there. Yeah. Like,
I don't know, dude. Like,
a lot of things can change for an organization, but in one season, how likely is it that all of these players are going to magically turn it around at the perfect time and everything's going to work and there's going to be no more screw ups?
it happens.
They need a
When?
10-game winning streak.
When the Phillies, the Nats,
Yeah,
the
but
Braves
those
even
teams-
got off to a slow start last year.
But that doesn't guarantee the Mets.
Yeah, but then the
though.
Braves.
No, it doesn't guarantee it,
We're
but
the
I'm
best-
just saying it happens.
Yeah, it does.
The Braves were like the best team of all time after their slow start. They just didn't lose.
Until
And
they
something
ran
tells
into
me-
the Phillies.
Otto, where was this?
See, like, it's not even
That
impressive that he had those 2 nice strikeouts because, like, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's like you didn't show up in the important parts of the game. Like it's
This is terrific commentary. Like, to go from the Vientos home run and me telling you exactly what was about to happen, and you guys being like, "No, we gotta believe," and then it happened, and now you're just back to where you were about 20 minutes ago.
dude, I really thought that Vientos home run would like fire
Jimmy,
these
it
guys
doesn't
off.
matter. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
This team
There's no life is no meaning.
sucks.
All right, this is an absurd.
It's just the
mess.
same old Mets. So
Go watch
sad.
Thief. Like, go watch Thief every night. It's a way better use of your time.
I
I'm
need
watching-
to watch something good. Any show suggestions or movie suggestions? Like,
I really liked. I've been Mandalorian season 3 has been pretty good.
Ugh.
What? Oh, you don't like
See
it?
the new Guardians?
I'm all out on Star Wars. I've been out on Star Wars for a while.
Sucks.
I saw.
oh, Nelson tickets.
I saw.
Nelson.
It was a shitty movie, but Fool's Paradise, like that new Charlie Day movie.
The Charlie Day movie, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah. No, my cousin saw it and he told me it's
Yeah, I was disappointed.
yeah.
I think he should
I s-
still keep making movies because I like him. But it was weird.
I saw Guardians 3.
Guardians
Guardians 3
3
was
was
very good.
awesome.
Yeah,
One of the
James
best
Gunn.
Marvel movies in a while.
Like if anything, if you're talking about franchises and like, trilogies, it's an all-time trilogy. Probably top 5. Top 5. It's a top 5 trilogy.
Of all time?
Yeah. Top 5 trilogy.
Oh, no. I don't know about that one.
Lord of the Rings,
Okay, the original Star Wars.
original Star Wars.
I would put The Godfather 1 and 2. 3 is really bad, but 1 and 2, like,
No,
carry
because
that
Godfather
so hard.
3 sucks.
Yeah, but, like, 1 and 2 are
Godfather
way better
3
than
isn't
the Guardians
good.
movies combined. Yeah, so, like,
The
it is
Hangover.
what it
But
is.
we're talking best trilogies.
Ugh.
No, Hangover
Okay,
2
the Dark
was
Knight
not
trilogy.
good enough.
Dark Knight
Dark
trilogy.
Knight trilogy.
Boom.
Okay, that's 3.
The Indiana Jones movies.
The original trilogy.
Yeah. The original 3 before King of the Crystal Skull.
Okay.
So now we're at, like, 4. The Iron Man trilogy, definitely not.
No, not Captain America.
No. I'm sure
If
there's more
Avatar
trilogies
comes
we're not
out with
thinking of.
another,
No, I'm done with those blue people. I've been done with those for about 12 years.
love
Fast and Furious.
No, come on.
I'm joking.
Shrek. You know?
Shrek.
dude,
I don't know, man.
If-
Shrek might be up there.
if McNeil gets on, I'll have hope because Lindor has been swinging the bat pretty well the past few days.
If,
I'm not
if
gonna
McNeil gets
lie.
on, I'll stay. If he doesn't, I'm going to bounce out
Yeah,
and watch the rest of the Celtics.
You're gonna rage quit. What's the Celtics
I'm gonna give it
score right now?
Lindor's at bat till the Celtics switch.
It's 64 to 55
feel
Celtics
like-
near halftime.
Oh. All right. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, Dark Knight, Guardian 3.
I mean, I still fight for The Godfather, but
No,
it is what it is.
the third one.
I mean, they're
is-
just two of the best movies of all time. The third
yeah,
was just a clunker.
2. We're talking trilogies, man.
Yeah.
Jeff
Jaws.
McNeil,
Not
please
Jaws.
Walk.
No, Jaws is definitely no.
Nice. 3-0.
There goes your Jeff McNeil.
Wait, you're
Jeff-
I mean,
putting
he's the best.
you're putting Dark Knight in and not Captain America?
Well, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then Civil War, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the weakest one is honestly, in my
What was
opinion,
that,
Civil War.
Nah,
I
Civil
think
War
the
was
weakest
sick.
one's the First Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter, so you
Or no, not the First Avenger.
first minute? Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Civil
All right,
War is
Lindor,
kind of
this is
sick.
it. This is
Civil
it, Lindor.
War
Do
was
I
one of the
stay or
best
no?
movies. Give us hope, Lindor. 2 for 3 in the night. You know, when Lindor starts to count off 1-0, he hits over 270 this year.
Is that a real
Yeah,
split?
you need to score
That
2
is
runs.
that is a real stat. That is a real stat. Oh, now he's 1-2 though, behind an account. Great.
No, swing on a low curve or low change up.
And who's on deck? Petey Pete.
Look at this
Poopy
guy
Pete.
sweating.
He's not sweating.
Like in nerves.
I feel so bad for that lady. She probably has work tomorrow. She's
She's got to
out
deal with her
here.
daughter right next to her. Probably doesn't want to be there. She's
Yeah.
gonna drive home.
Probably hates her mom for making her a Mets fan too. Understandable. I think we're all in that boat right about now.
Like, I've been a Mets fan my whole life. I've seen some bad teams. But this one, it's not even a bad team. Just a
one-
disappointed team.
This one messed up its die is what it did.
It's not even like
Well,
it's not like we're not a bad team. We're just a disappointing team. That's what we are. We're a disappointment.
Lindor strikes out on the same pitch every single time.
You know, who called it? Who called it about a minute ago?
Alonzo too. Whenever he strikes out, same pitch.
This guy.
Doesn't matter because I'm getting paid anyway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave on this note. Now that the
Oh,
game is just.
what if Pete Alonso hits a home run here? It's 4-3.
And then we get Danny Burgess.
Okay, he's gonna hit a 4-3 home run, and Buck's not gonna want to go Robertson yet, and then Negotia's gonna make it 5-3, and the game's over.
All right, so Star Wars, Indiana
I
Jones,
wouldn't
Lord
be
of the
surprised
Rings.
if he did.
What else we got?
I'll give Pete one last chance, and then I'm out. I like.
That was the pitch. It's like when we swing early in the count, we swing early on the count at terrible pitches. But like 1-0, he throws a 91-mile-per-hour fastball, and then you swing at a terrible
Oh.
pitch. You
All right,
pass
is that
up
the?
a pitch right over the plate.
All right, is
and
that
then
the
you
show,
swing at
boys?
a 1-1 slider out of the zone. I don't understand.
Try to tell you guys this about 50 minutes in advance of when it was going to happen, and you just didn't want to hear me.
No.
At some point, Josh Radamas just.
I
has
really
to
thought the
credit.
Vientos
Josh
home run was
Radamas.
going to provide this team something.
Why?
Just call up all of Syracuse. Let's
Let's get David Peterson back on the mound.
Hell
All
no.
right, well, this
Keep
was-
him
this was
far,
fun.
far away from
This
the
was
team.
fun. Watching a game.
I mean,
without-
largely miserable, but also fun.
Yeah.
Let's
It
get a
was.
real pod in this week, too. Definitely sometime. I'm even fit tomorrow, probably, if you guys are available. Do they have a
should
day
be.
game tomorrow?
They do. They do have a day game.
Tomorrow's the Thursday day games, right? Tyler McGill's on the mound, and you know what?
Whoa.
I haven't been like,
Don't do it.
you know what? Three quality starts in a
Oh
row.
my god.
Hasn't let up more than 3 earned runs in a long, long time. That's all I'm gonna say.
So-
This team can't score 3 runs.
it's not McGill's fault.
They can't score 3 runs when they need to score 3 runs.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yep.
You guys need help.
This
I'm
team
gonna.
sucks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Toy Story.
like-
Toy Story.
This team. Oh,
Oh.
Toy Story. Good one, Drew.
That-
You saved
yeah.
me.
I'm looking him up. I'm cheating.
That's fine. I don't
Well,
care.
Toy Story 4 I thought was phenomenal.
Wait, I don't even know.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, good night.
Wolf.
All right, men. It was a good show. Not a
Deuces.
good game.